Alright guys, so in this video we'll cover the Activity tab. The Activity tab is where you start patterning animal movements. So HuntControl automatically creates charts and graphs based off of your pictures, and let's dive into that. So click on the Activity tab. So the first thing you'll notice is all your charts automatically get loaded here, and these charts are based off of all your cameras, all your deer pictures, no tag selected, and no date range selected. So let's go through each one of these charts and I'll tell you the data that they represent. So here in the first one you see summary. This is a summary of all your pictures. So you'll see right here we have 13,000 deer pictures, 7,000 hog pictures, 85 turkey, and 3,700 other pictures. So this gives you a quick summary of the different species and how many pictures you have of them. So here in the camera activity chart, you can see how many pictures are taken by each camera in your account. So like here at the blind, this one's taken 2,815 pictures. And you'll see our most active camera here is the cutover. It has 8,882 pictures that have been taken. So this quickly shows you which camera is most active. This is not deer pictures, this is total number of pictures. So here's our daily activity chart. This chart represents the last 10 days and how much activity we've had. So you'll see like on March 22nd, we've had 73 pictures taken. And then we didn't have much activity over here on March 26th. We only had 9 pictures taken across our account. So below it is our monthly activity, and this looks in the past 10 months and tells you how much activity you've had. As you can see, we just started this account for this demonstration, so it only has a few pictures in it. Back at the top is our weather-based activity, and our first chart here is temperature, so you can see how your deer move with different temperature ranges. Below it is wind direction, and you can see how your deer move with different wind directions. As you can see, a north wind is the best for all of our cameras here. Below it is our wind speed chart. You can see how the wind affects deer movement. Below it is our moon phase chart, and you'll see how different moon phases affect the deer. And also last chart is barometric pressure. So let's filter some of these charts down. So at the moment, this is all of our cameras, all our deer pictures, and all our tags, ever since we put all these cameras out. And so if we want to filter these charts down to say behind the barn cam, you'll click on that camera, and now we created charts based off of just that camera. And so we can go through and see my favorite, like the wind direction. The best time to hunt this stand is with a northeast wind, a north wind, east wind, and not so much a southwest or west. With a southwest wind, I only have 4 pictures of deer, as opposed to a northeast at 49. So you can also filter these charts down by camera groups. And we covered in the last video how to create these groups. So quickly we will filter down by one of these camera groups that we created, and it creates charts based off of that camera group, so we can see how deer move across that property. And then you can also do this by category. So if you want to choose hogs and see how much hog activity you have and create charts for them, click on hog. They're represented in yellow, and you can see how the hogs move with different moon phases, barometric pressure, wind speed, and such. So you can also filter by tags. So we have a deer tagged freak accident, and so every time we see his picture we have to tag him, and we made a video explaining on how to tag animals. If you want to watch that video, click the link at the top right. So here our activity chart based off of the Clinton camera group, all our deer pictures, filtered out one tag, freak accident. And so we can see how this deer moves based off of temperature, wind speed, wind direction, and such. So this is a great way to pattern an individual animal. You can look at his different charts and figure out what makes him move in certain areas, and this is really what HuntControl is all about. So our last filter here is date range. So all these activity charts that are created now are based off of ever since this behind the barn camera was placed out. So this camera was placed out back in September, and so the data in September isn't really relevant to what's going on now in March. So if we wanted to look at the past 2 weeks, this is a great way to filter out that. So if you click on date range, and we'll see what's happening in March. We'll click on March 1st up to today, and now it creates charts based off of just those date ranges. And now we can see what's actually going on more recent and kind of throw out the old data and come up with more newer activity. So play around on this activity tab and really start patterning deer, hogs, turkeys, whatever you're after. Tag animals, filter by cameras, get camera groups, select date ranges. Get on here, start patterning and utilizing this HuntControl feature, as this will really increase your chance of success.